On the first Thursday of every month in the Unmute Presents podcast feed, you can hear Chris talk about Braille and the technology used with Braille then and now. This show's at your fingertips, and you can get it by subscribing to the Unmute Presents podcast feed. Make sure that you're subscribed or head on over to unmute.show to search out old episodes. It's Michael here, and in today's Digital Byte, I'm going to follow up with a JAWS episode that we posted to the Unmute Presents podcast feed yesterday, and that's related to styling. Today, we're not going to talk about styling in Microsoft Word, but I'm going to give you a quick tip that you can use to help you with better understanding the status of styling, because in order to apply a style to your document, you might want to hear what the style is and press less keystrokes. As you know, we're all about making you more productive and efficient with the access technology you have access to. There may be a way to do this when I'm about to talk to you about with NVDA or Narrator. Honestly, I'm not certain about them. If you do, please send us an email, feedback@unmute.show. So today, I want to talk to you about announcing the styles automatically while navigating a Microsoft Word document. First of all, if you want to quickly make configurations to JAWS in specific applications, you can use the JAWS key V like Victor. This will open quick settings, and you can navigate the quick settings to get to the actions you want to take. And if you hear a setting and you're like, what is that? Tap the tab key, and that'll give you a brief overview of what that particular setting does. What you're looking for in quick settings, though, is the ability to announce styles while navigating a Word document. And when you locate this, you can have JAWS automatically announce the styles as you up and down arrow, which means that if you up arrow to a heading and it's a heading level 2, JAWS will state heading level 2 style. And if you down arrow, it'll say heading level 3 style or normal style or hyperlink style and give you that feedback without you having to press JAWS key plus F. If you're curious what the font style is without JAWS automatically telling you this, you can always use the JAWS key plus F to read the font information or press it twice quickly to get that information in a virtual window. That's today's tip for Digital Bytes. I hope you have a beautiful day.
Hey, all, Marty here. And today I want to talk to you about making viewing websites in Safari easier. We've all had to deal with pop-up windows and all kinds of clutter on a web page when you're trying to just get the info quickly, read through the page that you're attempting to read through without dealing with pop-ups and all kinds of other junk that gets in the way. So we're going to try to make this easier. And the way you do that is use a function in Safari called Reader View. And what Reader View does is it strips out all the junk and pop-ups and everything else and provides you just the content, the important content that you're trying to read. This way, you don't have to deal with all that other stuff. So the way you do this is you pull up a website, and then immediately to the left of the address bar in Safari is a button called Get Info, or it could be called Page Info. You click that, and then you'll be presented with a page that has some functions on there that you can use to adjust Safari. One of those is going to be called Reader View. So what you do is you scroll down until you get to a button called Show View or Enable View, and click that, and then you'll see it will strip out all of the junk, and it will make it super easy for you to just get the important info on that web page and be able to read through it. And especially with a screen reader with VoiceOver, it makes it much, much easier when all there is the important content and you don't have to deal with all the rest of that other junk, pop-ups, and everything else. So it's a great option. And then to put it back, at the very bottom corner on the left side, you'll find a little button called Page View. You click that, and you'll be presented with the options for that page again in Safari, and then you can turn off reader view or view mode and you're back to normal. And that's how you use reader view in Safari.
Hi everyone, it's Chris back with a digital bite or two. Maybe it's a digital mouthful. You decide. So I wanted to share a digital bite within another digital bite because I thought it might be useful in case you hadn't thought of this sequence or workflow. So next week, I need to do a training for my colleagues on an introduction to installing parallels on the Mac and keyboard reassignments and some things that make it easier for you when working with Windows on a virtual machine. So I thought I would call Michael Babcock and just pick his brain because he had some really good tips and some ways of making things easier that I implemented when I installed Windows on my virtual machine. So I gave him a call and he suggested that I do a call recording and then we would have a transcript and then I could plug the transcript into ChatGPT and have it create a summary for me. And I thought, how cool is that? So I called him and I needed to remember again how to do a call recording. So I hid the keypad by finding the little hide keypad button underneath the pound symbol on your phone. And then I went up to the top left-hand corner and double tapped the call recording button. And then, of course, we heard the announcement that the call was being recorded. So we had a nice chat for about 13 minutes and 45 seconds. And so then I stopped the call, thanked him very much, and went on my way. And then I went to my notes folder where I found the folder called Call Recordings. And in there, you have your phone call named by the person that you're talking with. So it was Call with Michael Babcock, and it was the date of yesterday's date, March 28th, and it was 13 minutes and 45 seconds. So I then double tapped the attachment. Now, given this call was long, my phone had a bit of a conniption because it really felt the need to load everything in today. And yesterday I didn't have any trouble with it, but today for some reason I really could not find the more button that I was looking for. So maybe if you have a longer than average or longer than what it's expecting type of a phone call, maybe your phone will get overwhelmed like mine did. You can let us know, of course, by emailing at feedback@unmute.show. And so what happened was after I double tapped this attachment, I did find the more button. And underneath the more options, we have things like rename, add transcript to note, copy transcript, find in transcript, save audio to files, share audio, and delete. So I thought, wow, that's really cool. There's a copy transcript button. So I did that. And then I went to my ChatGPT app on my phone and I pasted in the transcript. And then I asked it to create a summary of the phone call. And so it wrote back, hey, this is really great. Lots of great tips in here about how to use parallels on a Mac with accessibility. And I can create a Word document or a PDF or a bullet point list. It just told me all the wonderful things that it could do. So I was pretty excited. So I asked it to create a bullet point list summary so that I could use it as a tutorial. So it did that. Now, I always forget to ask it to not to include markdown so that we don't have all the stars and the number signs and so forth. And so then I asked it to clean up the document for me. And then it put it into a Word document. But when I looked at it, there were some odd references. VoiceOver was actually putting in something about night sky. Now, I don't know quite what it means by that. And when I asked ChatGPT to remove the references to night sky, it did not know what I was talking about. So apparently this is a weird VoiceOver quirk. If anyone knows about that, you can also email us. So I decided, well, why not just circumvent and make it kind of easy and ask it to create a PDF. And so I did that, and it was a clean document, no more references to night sky. It was just great. A really nice summary of the handy dandy things that Michael did to make his life easier in working with Parallels, different keyboard reassignments, screen views, window views, and that sort of thing. So I was really excited about this workflow of making a call recording and then taking that transcript and putting it into ChatGPT, asking it to summarize, create bullet points. And now I have something really nice and tidy that I can use with my training this coming week as I show others how to work with Parallels on a virtual machine. So hopefully this digital mouthful is just what you can use when it comes time for you to use Parallels. See you next time.